tonight we are so excited to talk to you on this rainy night about tech neck, what it is, how you can prevent it. As some of you may know, my name is Laura Lundquist. I'm a physiotherapist and owner here at Zoomers, and this is Alyssa, our massage therapist, resident expert tonight. I'm going to let her take the lead. I'm here to be the demonstration body. She'll tell me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and I may jump in from time to time. Those of you who know me know I have a hard time not jumping in from time to time. So without any more to say, I'm going to pass it off to Alyssa and let you take it away.
Well, thank you, Laura, and thank you everyone for joining us today. There we go. So just to introduce myself a bit, my name is Alyssa and I'm a massage therapist here at Zoomers. I started here in September of this year. So I'm a registered massage therapist since September of 2021. And I also graduated from Eastern College with honors in the same year. And I'm also CanFit Pro certified through Good Life Fitness as a personal trainer. So I do have a little bit of expertise about that as well.
Yes, and you may see her in some of our social media posts
Yes.
because her exercise expertise is so good. We're leaning on her for her tips.
Of course. So the planned takeaways from this presentation are to better understand your neck and shoulder pain, also to learn how to prevent this pain from happening, and to strengthen the affected muscles so this pain doesn't come back again if you were affected by it. So first we're going to talk about which muscles are affected by tech neck. So the muscles in the back affected by tech neck first are the upper trapezius muscles, which are the muscles by your shoulder, which normally get the most tight with this. Also, we have the pectoralis major muscles, which is the big muscle across your chest here. So next we have the rhomboids, which is the muscle between your shoulder blades, as Laura's pointing out. Then we have the erector spinae muscles, and these muscles run the full length of your back on either sides of your spine. It's a long muscle there, hard to reach. So the last muscle that is affected in the back by tech neck is the quadratus lumborum, and these muscles are in the lower back on the sides here. So what is tech neck to start off with? So tech neck happens when your head is held in a forward position out of alignment with your spine for a prolonged period of time. And this puts extra weight on your spine. So your head is actually on average 10 to 12 pounds. So if you think about holding your 10 to 12 pounds on your neck forward for a long period of time, that is going to cause a lot of strain in those muscles in the neck. And who gets tech neck? So tech neck's main culprits are people who work at a desk for long periods of time for work, or if you use smartphones, tablets, laptops daily on the couch, relaxing after a nice day out, or people who play console PC or handheld video games are also affected by tech neck.
Love this couple here playing video games.
Or if you're writing, or even me and Laura talk about cooking as well. Cooking, you can be affected by tech neck because your neck is still held in that forward position.
Yeah, and in the holidays, so cooking, because we cook more, and also the gift wrapping, because our table is down, right, usually. And so we end up with a lot of time with our head down and in that forward position. I know it always creeps up on me over the holidays.
Yeah, that's a good one. And also, if you're a fan of board games or puzzles, especially during the holidays, getting together with family, that's a big one. If your head is held in that forward position on a table like that, you will also be affected by tech neck. So how do I know if I have tech neck? So some of the symptoms you may experiencing if you have tech neck are stiffness across the upper shoulders here. You may also have headaches if your neck muscles are tense. You could get tension headaches.
Yeah, especially up behind the eyes. Do you find you hear that from clients?
Yeah, and also the back of the head as well.
Here.
Yeah.
And then sometimes like right through
behind
the eyes, kind of. Yeah.
You'll feel a lot of tension in the neck as well if you have these headaches. So you'll have pain in your middle to lower back. So
bra strap area, kind of.
Yeah. So if your head is held in a forward position, you're pulling on all the muscles in the back. So you will have some pain in your mid to lower back as well. Another symptom you may have is lack of energy. So if you're sitting in a position for a prolonged amount of time, you may feel a lack of energy because of that, because of the lack of movement and mobility.
Yeah. And if you're sore, I don't know if you find this, but
Yeah.
I find if I'm sore, I don't have much energy, right? I'm
Yeah.
kind of zaps you of your
It kind of
energy.
takes it out of you.
Yeah.
So you may feel a lack of energy if you have tech neck as well. And you may have reduced mobility in your neck and shoulders area. So when you look to the side if you're driving and you can't go as far as you normally do, this is a common symptom with tech neck as well.
Yeah. People say like they're doing their shoulder check and their car seat is in the way because they can't turn their body enough to see over their shoulder.
Yes.
That's a sign that your neck is not doing enough, right?
Yes, I've heard a lot of symptoms like that as well.
Yeah.
So what are the first steps to prevent this from happening? So some steps that you can take as a preventative measure from this happening are, if you work at a desk in an office, you could try a standing desk. You could also keep a bottle of water near you. Take frequent water breaks. You know, if you have a water fountain at work as well, taking frequent walking breaks to that.
Yeah. And even if you're not at work, if you're doing like your holiday wrapping, like we were talking about earlier, also reminding yourself to get up and take those same breaks, right? So whatever kind of work you're doing, whether it's in an office work or homework.
Exactly. That brings me to my next point of walking breaks around your office or home every 1 to 2 hours. So this is also super important if you find you have a lack of energy as well and you're in pain. It's good to get around and moving. Another thing you could do is sit by a window at work. So sunshine improves my mood at least.
Yeah, we love our big window here. And your window, Alyssa's massage room has a giant window, which obviously we keep covered during massage. But anytime I pass that room and Alyssa is in there without somebody in, it doesn't matter how bright the sun is. Actually, the brighter the sun, the more likely those drapes are to be open, and she's basking in it like a cat. So yes, it's definitely will improve your mood for sure and energy.
Yeah, we love our sun here. It also booking massage every 1 to 2 weeks just to keep that maintenance on the muscles is a great preventative measure as well. Yeah.
One of the things, actually, we didn't talk about this, but I will talk about it now with massage is I often find for clients it's helpful to do massage when stretching is painful because either the muscles are just so tight it's hard to stretch them, or if there's some arthritis or something in the neck that makes it hard to get into the stretch position, massage sometimes is a great way to lengthen those tissues without putting as much stress on the joints. So sometimes I find it's a really helpful thing to do for that reason too.
You nailed the nail on the head with that.
Yes.
So what is our next step with this? So we're going to get into the stretching part. So stretching the muscles being held in a shortened position is the main way to prevent the pain from tech neck. Stretching is important for preventing pain. It also can give you energy moving your body. So a quote I like to say is, a body in motion likes to stay in motion and a body at rest likes to stay at rest. So if you're used to getting around and moving every couple of hours, this will give you more energy and more willing to move around as well. So we'll get into the stretches. So what are some stretches I can do? So Laura here is going to demonstrate some stretches for us as I explain through them. So we'll start with the lat stretch. So the lat is a muscle just around your armpit area, reaching across your back.
Ooh, yes.
Tight.
Just straighten my pecs. Okay, carry on.
All right.
Need that stretch.
So for this stretch, you want to stand nice and tall. We don't want our shoulders up to our ear. We want to be nice and loose.
Okay.
So you want to take your affected arm across your body.
Got it.
Hold. And then with the arm you're holding, give a little bit of traction, just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can you show me where I should be feeling that?
So for this stretch, you want to feel it in here, and you can also feel it in the tricep here as well. So what you don't want to feel with this is any sharp pinching, especially in that shoulder joint. Yeah. So if you feel that, just stop the stretch immediately.
Yeah. I find for some people, they will get like a pinch at the front. Mm-hmm. And sometimes the key is having your stretching side be relaxed and doing the push with the other hand so that you're not trying to reach over with this hand. Sometimes that can get rid of that pinch. sometimes. And feel free to try along with us here. We can't see you right now, so feel free to try or not. And when we get to the chatting at the end, then we're happy to sort of do them with you and take any questions you have. All right, let's move on. Lat stretch, we do both sides, I presume.
Yeah, so you want to do both sides and you want to hold that for 15 seconds on each side. If you find 15 seconds, you're starting to get a bit sore, you can drop it down to either 12 or 10 seconds.
Okay, sounds good.
So our next stretch are shoulder rolls and shrugs. So this is one of my favorites for massage.
Me too.
So you want to stand nice and loose again.
Okay.
Shoulders down.
Yep.
So first we're going to go forward.
Okay.
So you want to just nice, slow, make sure you get the full rotation.
Slow is not my speed, Alyssa. Good.
So we want to go nice and slow for that, because if we go too fast, we could jar the muscle and pull it. We don't want that, especially with tech neck.
Yeah. Should I hold it at the top, do you think, or no?
No, just nice and slow. You want to roll through that.
Okay.
So forward, we want to go 10 times.
Okay.
Now we're going to go back.
Okay.
So we're going to roll the same way, nice and slow, just backwards.
I think I like these ones even better.
Super easy to do, and they're super effective as well.
Yeah.
So you want to do those 10 times in each direction.
Awesome.
So the next stretch we have is the pectoral door frame stretch. So I'm going to be Laura's door frame.
All right. Not only a massage therapist, but an excellent door frame. Yeah. Who knew?
So you're going to put your arm against my back.
Okay. So I have my palm and my elbow against your back. But remember, she's a door. You don't need to do this with your partner, child, cat at home, right? Use a door. Okay. And
so
now what?
This is the affected side she's stretching. So you're going to want to feel this stretch in the big muscle in your chest here.
Okay.
So you're anchoring with this arm.
Yep.
And then you want to tilt towards the opposite direction. So you're kind of pinning the muscle and then stretching the opposite way.
So I feel that stretch right through there. Is that the right spot?
Yeah, that's the right spot.
Perfect.
So you want to hold that for 15 seconds on each side.
Good. Excellent.
All right. And the last stretch is the neck rotation. So this is just turning your head to the side like this. You can also bring your ear to your shoulder like that.
Yeah. What about pain with this one?
So for this one, you do not want to push past your end range. So your end range is when you can't go any further. So if you're turning your head like this, you don't want to push past as far as you can go, because you can pull that muscle and you'll make your tech neck pain even worse.
Right. And I find often, it's probably going to be stretchy or uncomfortable on the side you're moving away from. So if I'm turning to the left, then feeling it stretch on the right side is fine. But if I have discomfort on the left, that's usually when I tell people you got to back it off a little bit. Same thing if you're doing a tip. It's okay to feel stretch on the side you're moving away from, because that's the side you're trying to stretch. But if you feel it here, that's going to be uncomfortable.
Sometimes comes on in blink, so you just tap it this way, and then you get solid.
There we go. If you can,
Be careful.
we're getting a little bit of background noise out there. Can everybody just double check your screen for me that you're on mute? There we go. Perfect. All right. Sorry, carry on.
All right. So why these stretches? So these stretches are targeted to the muscles that are most affected by tech neck, especially in the upper back area. You want to make sure those muscles are nice and loose so you don't get tech neck, and you can prevent this pain from starting before it even starts. So how can I advance the stretching? So a good preventative measure for back pain is strengthening the back muscles. So when you strengthen the back muscles, they don't get tense and tired as easily. So that prevents the stretching, the pulling pain you may get from tech neck. So the muscles around your mid to upper back are most affected by this, especially the rhomboids, which are right between the shoulder blades, as Laura's pointing to. So strengthening that muscle will help prevent your tech neck. So we'll get into the rhomboid exercise I have planned. So this rhomboid exercise is, if you've ever done a row, it's like a row, except we're going to bring our arms to 90 degrees. So you want to grab a resistance band, and you want to make sure it has a little bit of traction like Laura has. And then, so you're going to start like that. Then bring your arms to 90 degrees, making sure you squeeze your shoulder blades.
Maybe I'll show it from the side.
Yeah, perfect. Nice and relaxed, pulling. Yep. So you want to make sure your shoulders aren't up by your ears. You want to be relaxed. Arms in front of you. Then hold your elbows at 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And that's going to target that rhomboid muscle in the middle of your shoulder blades there.
It sure does.
So for this exercise, you want to do 3 sets of 10. Now, if this gets easy, you can increase the reps to 12 or 15.
And Alyssa, if bringing the arms up here, let's say my shoulders didn't love being up here,
Right.
What's the option that I could do lower? Is there an option I can do lower?
So you could hook it to a doorknob as well. So if you take the resistance band and hook it.
Can you be my doorknob?
I can be your doorknob.
You can just hold it. There we go. All right, let's try. So like this. Yeah, good. Yeah, so same exercise, just arms down, but definitely harder for the muscles
Right.
up here. And because we do a lot in life where our elbows are up from our body, and we try to keep them down to reduce the stress on our shoulders, but we have to do things with our arms up. It's valuable to get that strengthening up there if you can, like we did in that
Right.
first exercise. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great one to do, and it's super easy as well to do at home, which I love.
Yeah.
So on top of the stretching and exercise, some postural cues you can look for when you're sitting at your desk or on your chair, on your couch. You want to make sure you're sitting tall, meaning your lower back isn't slouching.
So not in this position?
Not in that position. So to prevent your lower back from slouching, you want to make sure your core is engaged. So you want to squeeze your core muscles.
Got it?
Make sure your neck isn't forward, shoulders back and not round it forward. Make sure you're sitting tall. Perfect, just like that. And if you're unsure if you're doing this right, you can also do a posture stand against the wall. So if you stand against the wall, you want to make sure your head and back are both touching the wall, like you're standing nice and tall.
One of the things I often suggest too is when people do have to do lots of sitting,
Yeah.
is just choosing some sort of cue that happens while you're doing that activity. So, if you're working on a computer, when you change programs, or when you get a text message, or if you're wrapping gifts, when you get to the next gift, whatever it is that happens every 10 minutes or so, and use that just as a reminder to check your position.
Right.
Because as the muscles get tired, gravity wins, right? We all
Right.
drop into that position. And if we just remind ourselves to come back up, that can go a long way to stopping us from getting some of the symptoms of tech neck.
Right, and if your muscles are used to sitting in a slouched position, that's the position they're going to want to stay in.
Right. Habits
See-
die hard.
Exactly. So you really want to make sure you're sitting tall when you're sitting at your desk or your couch. So how massage could fit into your routine with this? So massage is a great tool to utilize here. So massage therapy works to reduce the muscle tension in your body by promoting blood flow to the affected muscle, which promotes healing.
Yeah, and like we were saying, sometimes when stretching, these stretches that we were doing tonight, if it's not comfortable to get into those positions for whatever reason, or you're not confident with it, massage can help lengthen out those tissues without asking quite so much from your skeleton. And sometimes that's a good way to get started to build a bit more mobility.
Right, if you're really stuck, so massage can help loosen those muscles, so you can do those stretching without any pain.
Yeah.
Healing your tech neck.
Yeah, exactly. Also a great way to unwind at the end of a day, or the end of a long week or a long month. Yeah,
massage is great for self-care and maintenance. So some benefits you should feel after massage are a decrease in pain and decrease in tension. And you can also should be able to move around a bit more freer. So you won't feel as stuck.
Yeah, we hear that a lot from people when they get up off the table or come out of your room, and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I can
do everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to talk about some alternative stretches you can do if you're unable to do the ones in the before slides. So these are also good to even add to the routine if you want it to. So we'll start with the chest opener.
Yeah, just in case you don't have Alyssa, the door for your stretch, right?
Yeah.
Chest opener is a good one you can do on your own.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's super easy. So you want to make sure you're standing nice and tall again. Arms clasped behind your back. And just retract your shoulder blades back. So you want to squeeze your shoulder blades back and open up that chest. Perfect, just like Laura's doing. So with this, you don't want to tilt your head all the way back because that could aggravate the muscles in your neck. You just want to be opening up, chin up slightly, not so far back.
Yeah, we were saying before we started, it's almost like a sniff, right?
Yes.
Like sort of something good's in the oven. That's sort of, you don't need the face, but neck position.
All right, and the next one is aptly scratch with a towel. So aptly scratch is when you reach one arm behind your back and the other one up like that.
She's showing off here. It's unusual to be able to touch so well. Carry on, sorry.
Right. So that's the position you want to be in, but it is hard to get into that position and can be dangerous to the muscles as well. It's not easy. So to make it easier, you grab a towel. So you want to hold your hands, just like what Laura's doing, on each side of the towel, and that will give you the same effect and stretch. And if you find that is too easy, you can always bring your hands a little closer together. But same with the neck rotations, you don't want to push past your end range with this. So you don't want any pinching in your shoulder joint. Any bad pain is bad and we want to stop.
Agreed.
Yeah. So the last one we have is the shoulder blade squeeze. So for this one, super easy again. Stand nice and tall. Shoulders down, not raised up, nice and relaxed. And then you just want to retract your shoulder blades back. Yeah, just like that. So you want to hold your arms to your side. They don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And just squeeze back like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I find people do want to lead with their arms.
Yeah.
And that actually can make the problem in your shoulders worse. So sometimes I'll actually ask people to keep their hands on their thighs and then squeeze back and just let your hands follow your legs, but don't actually lose contact with your body.
Yeah,
that's a good little trick sometimes.
So for these stretches, you want to hold for about 10 to 12 seconds.
Awesome.
Three times, 10 to 12 seconds. So, all right. So the takeaways for this presentation is TechNeck is preventable. So you want to stop the pain before it starts is the best prevention for this. So if you start with these exercises or you find you're someone that gets tight at work or you're at home a lot on the computer or laptop, this is perfect. These are perfect stretches for you to do. And if you start it before the pain even starts, then you are in charge of your health and wellness.
Yeah. Best way to manage your symptoms is to not have the symptoms in the first place,
Exactly.
right? So a little bit of prevention.
Yes, this is totally preventable and it affects a lot of people. I think this is the most problem I see in my clinics.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
And even if you do have symptoms, doing these exercises can help relieve the symptoms and then help prevent them from coming. Or if you joined in today just sort of wondering what is TechNeck, then getting started on some of these things can really help try to prevent it from being a problem for you in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Alyssa, so much. That was fantastic. Well done. And a couple of quick things here. Thank you again for joining us tonight and how we can help you. So you've just heard from Alyssa, a resident expert in terms of muscles, mobility, and comfort. So if you're sort of wondering what your neck might need, then booking a massage therapy appointment with Alyssa is a great place to start. She can do an evaluation of what your actual neck needs. So these are general guidelines we've talked about today, but of course, every body is a little bit different. And so having some individualized help can really go. The other thing is that we do have, if you're feeling ready to start building your strength and stability and building on the principles we've talked about today, then we have this wonderful program, Club Z, that is just about to have its first anniversary in January, where we have virtual fitness led by therapists, where we can actually supervise you doing exercises in the comfort of your own living room. So you bring our eyes and ears in, we help you work through an exercise program that is safe and appropriate, but also helps you build strength and stability to keep doing the things you love to do. Perfect. So make sure that you stay connected with us. So our website, zoomershealth.ca, and our Club Z website, club-z.ca. And then we're quite active on social media. So on Facebook at Zoomers Health, and our YouTube channel. If you go on YouTube and put in Zoomers Physio, you can always subscribe to us there. We regularly post different videos about tips for moving more comfortably. I mentioned at the beginning, Alyssa sometimes does some of our exercise videos there for exercise techniques. And then we also often have special events. So if you're following us on our social channels, you'll see things like this that we're doing. And we hope that you choose to join us again. So just following up on what Alyssa said there, I always think it's funny to quote myself in a presentation, but I do say this a lot and I do think it's true, so I'm gonna go with it, which is the easiest way to manage an injury is to not have one at all, right? So a little bit of prevention really can go a long way, and hopefully these tips tonight will help you do just that. So lastly, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time. In a moment here, we'll unshare our screen and we'll be happy to take any questions that you have. And that's a wrap.
Thank you.